That's Hann live in session with Shade to the Sunshine. 2 more numbers to come, and sounding splendid. By my reckoning, some of you have come quite a long way to be here tonight. Some almost as far as Chiltern, is that correct? So thanks for making the effort to be here. And also by my reckoning, it's been about 5 years since there's been the start of a steady flow of Hann releases and Hann singles, as it were, and records sent through to us here and played on the various parts of the night time here on Six Music. Where does the story start, though? Edward, do you want to just tell us where this all took shape, where it started from?
It started with Neil trying to make some money out of me in his downstairs. No, it's further down than downstairs. It's a subterranean studio. Eventually he realised I didn't have particularly a lot of money, and we started to try and make money out of the world together and write some songs, hereby earning a meagre living. We got nowhere for years and years and years. We had a ginger man work with us for a while, and he made everybody really miserable. And the singer went away, and it was just back to me and Neil. And then Neil said, "Well, I've got a daughter." I went, "Oh yeah, you have." And I've known Hannah since she was an 8-year-old daughter. I used to go round to their house and they'd feed me. I always turned up at feed me time, and they knew that, but they didn't mind, and they fed me. And gradually Hannah, she looks very nice, but she's hard as nails, and she took over the band, and she said we should call it Hann, and she'd leave if we didn't. And Neil absolutely loves her. So he said, "Yes, Edward, we should call it Hann after my daughter, who I love, because that's my dad job." And obviously I'm just a lonely man who wouldn't have any friends if the band completely fell apart.
Or food.
Exactly.
Or food.
I'm imagining you at the back door like a cat.
And the front door like a dog simultaneously.
You could have put an head flap in there.
Yeah.
And, well, what you have...
Instead of moving house.
There. And it's turned into something very special, I think, from my point of view, because the songs, as I understand it, you write, Ed, yeah?
Not completely. What happens is there's 2 ways we write songs. Neil comes round to my house in his dilapidated Mercedes and makes music, usually with guitar, and then I plonk some stuff on top. A little bit more difficult with Hannah because she now lives in Berlin. So instead of flying over to my front door, she just does the fairly ordinary business of sending me stuff. So tonight's songs are 2 sent over the channel from Berlin by Hannah and 2 that arrived in a Mercedes with her dad. So I'm top plonker. That came out badly, didn't it? But no. I plonk stuff on the top of what they start. And they moan about it and eventually accept it.
So basically there's a shared praise should be given for the lyrical flourishes which exist throughout these songs. And they are quite extraordinary, some of them. For example, there's a line in My Mum Was Nico's Driver that I really enjoy, but I will never be able to sing along with it. And it's the one about Marquis Smith. You know that line?
Yeah.
Because it
took me ages to learn.
I'm not going to ask you to repeat it now, but there's that. But I like that. That's very much part of the Hann sound, is this extraordinary lyricism that goes on throughout the songs.
That's my fault, and I boast and apologise.
Could I ask just at this point, so Hann, have you ever been given lyrics by Edward and said, "No, I'm not singing that"?
Yes.
So, you know that song we just sung then, Sunshine to the Shade, beautiful? Yeah. He wanted the chorus to be Teddy Bear Island. It's all about teddy bears. And I put my foot down and said, absolutely not.
That's a red line for you, Teddy Bear Island, yeah?
Well,
it's a great story.
You don't know what the teddy bears are doing.
Great story, just in the wrong song.
I would keep an eye on him, Han, because you'll find out that the album, they'll sneak it out and it will be called Teddy Bear Island. He will not be beat.
And you'll open your front door and there'll be lots of teddy bears with menacing looks saying, "We want to be in your song."
I wouldn't expect any less.
Well, seeing as Marc's mentioned the album, it's been a while. I know there's no rush about this. It's been a while in the works. So where are we at in terms of its arrival?
We've done the book.
Yeah, I know there's a lyric book.
That's
yeah,
as far as we've got.
So this could go in the sleeve. It's a lovely lyric book. It's called Under the Sofa with Hann. Are you saying this is a stopgap until the album arrives, whenever that may be? That's fair enough.
It's quite dull. It's taking a little bit longer to mix than we'd like.
Okay.
And I would say 3 weeks. We promise it will come through your letterbox.
That's too much. That's too close a thing. I don't want you to say 3 weeks.
Okay.
Can you elongate it?
3
a bit?
years.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I accept that.
The strange thing is, looking at the book here, containing lots and lots of lyrics, there are enough lyrics in there for a triple album, I would suggest. So, you know.
Well, I'm wondering if this album is going to be, the great tradition, the 1960s and 1970s of non-album singles. Is that what you've been doing for the past 5 years? And now you're going to produce an album with none of the singles on it?
It's really, really simple. Neil has an emotional crisis about every 4 months, and we don't get any music done for a while.
Right.
Or he plays tennis incessantly all summer. Or
that's going to happen again.
Or he decides to become a hypnotherapist, and everything everybody tells him depresses him so much he can't make any music.
That's all your customers.
And all sorts of other terribly boring, dull, interminable things that Neil does to just ruin the band's prospects.
Oh yeah, well, Ed, come on, Ed, you did move to Southport. That didn't make life easy.
I didn't know that had happened. Blimey, that should have been my first question. Okay, well, listen, there's going to be 2 more numbers now, and I should mention at this point, and I'll repeat it later on, this Friday, the next show is at the Carlton here in Manchester, where you can go and see Hann play. Are you ready to play 2 more numbers?
We will be in a bit.
Well, you do a bit. Okay, a bit of a swapping around here. That's absolutely fine. One of these is about being 17, which I love the way you've encapsulated how everybody's experience being 17 is the best one, and mine is the best one because 1985 was an extraordinary time to be. The summer was beautiful. All the clothes were great, but I wasn't wearing any of them, and the music was fantastic. And that seems to be the case for everybody. Is that right? That's what you're getting out of that.
I'd say you swallowed that beautifully.
Thank you very much.
Glad
And then regurgitated it.
I'm glad I stroked you the right way.
All right, here we go.
What are we singing now?
Oh, sorry, that should be my question. What are you saying next?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay.
Can't say anything nice, sorry.
2 minutes to the news.